Hello, 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 everyone. You guys, the moment I turn the mic on and start talking is the exact moment that one of the roosters finally pops off. Like literally, I've been sitting here in silence. It is so funny to listen to that happen. It's just ironic that the timing is too perfect to allow it to go missed or for it to even go unnoticed. I don't know. Anyway, hey guys, happy Thursday to you. It's Thursday, August 11th. Welcome to The Sip. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for tuning in. How are you guys feeling today? Because I'm going to be honest with you, as the reader, as the messenger here, you know, as the channeler, I got to say, I got nothing. Okay, that's not true. I ain't got nothing. I got something. And it's just an energy of maybe you're not feeling anything right now. There's this collective flatline. What is that a flatline of? Your enthusiasm? There's a level of numbness. I want to call it numb. I want to call it autopilot, exhaustion. Okay. Did anyone have trouble sleeping last night? I didn't necessarily have trouble sleeping last night. I did have an interesting dream, but I wouldn't be surprised. I just feel this collective like. You know that emoji, that blank face is just like a flat line for the mouth and flat lines for the eyes, and you're just like, meh. Like nothing. Like I got nothing. Josiah, you're saying it's pretty silent collectively. Yeah. Maybe that's what I'm feeling like. You cried off and on all day yesterday. Okay. All right. Yes, that one. But not necessarily even that one, Lauren. Hold on, that's close though. Hey, Lexi. Oh, that's right. It is the full moon, you guys. Let me see. That one's close. I'm seeing. Which one is it? This one. I just here in the chat. Yes, there it is, Lauren. You got it right. Got to it right before I did. Yep, that's it. For my Twitchers here, it's this emoji that I'm referring to. Maybe purposely shutting down due to stress, shutting out the negativity. Josiah, yes, I would totally agree with that. I feel like this is for defensive measures. Very similar to why we can see or we can consider depression as a form of protection. It is the full moon, Anna. Now, it feels similar to that. It feels like maybe you don't feel anything or you can't feel anything because you have been overloaded emotionally. That's where I feel like this is coming from. That's where I feel like feelings of being tired or exhausted or lost, like Chrissy is saying, but still trusting what may be happening behind the scenes. See, for me personally, I don't know about you guys, this might be fairly particular to me, but for me personally, I am finding myself in a position to consciously remind myself that even though I may feel some type of way by the universe or towards the universe here, ultimately it would behoove me to maintain an amount of faith and not completely cuss everyone back there out, you know. You know what I'm saying? Because there is definitely a part of that overlooked emotionally. Yes, hello, Shanika. No, Anna, I no longer have a Facebook. My Facebook page was disabled by Facebook. Apparently on my personal, either it was my personal page or my business page. I don't know, because I never got to actually see what happened. But while I was away from Facebook, actually during a live stream, some content on my on somewhere in my Facebook profile was deemed inappropriate in the terms of the communal guidelines, communal standards, and apparently I received multiple notifications over this over the span of maybe about an hour and a half. And by the time I got back to it, my page was disabled, and I filed for a review, and eventually they got back to me saying too much time had passed and we can no longer review your case. So your Facebook page is just going to remain disabled. Oh, is that so? Oh, okay. Well, thank you for your help, Facebook. I mean, okay. I guess, okay, great. So no, I don't have a Facebook page any longer. Everything happens for a reason. You're right, Ashley. And you know what's crazy about that, Lauren, is that Lauren saying I didn't need it anyway. I'm too good for Facebook. Oh, you're sweet. I had been feeling like deleting my Facebook page anyway for a long time. Because I feel like you deleted yours recently too, Josiah. Okay. Well, I felt like I was sharing too much on Facebook. We're all too good for Facebook, Barnetti. That is right. Hello, my love. It's so good to see you. Enjoying the journey. The real ones don't have Facebook. Yeah, I'm starting to feel that way too. But you know, the only reason why I didn't, 1111, yes. The only reason why I didn't delete my Facebook, I didn't do it myself, was because I had Divine Conversations there. I also had my music name, or my music endeavor of Eric Lee, before I even got to being a card reader. I had that fan page. I had both Divine Conversations and Eric Lee there, and I didn't want to necessarily just throw those in the trash. That's okay, because Facebook did it for me. No, quite frankly, quite literally, the universe did it for me. So in the months that I have been without Facebook ever since, I have really been settling into why I don't have it and understanding that and being very conscious of it. So while it was personally or consciously involuntary, it is what it is. Anyway, guys, so back to the energies of the collective right now. I just heard there is a collective understanding of a general sentiment of just fuck it. Yo, let me tell you something. I feel y'all. I feel the fuck out of y'all, okay? I have grabbed the Soul Seeds Oracle. Yeah. The Soul Seeds Oracle deck here. You went through the same years ago with the tarot reading. Not great. Not the right crowd for you. Didn't get disabled, though. Yeah. Well, Josiah, you have a point. Josiah is saying sharing anything on Facebook is too much. And you know what? Especially in today's age, with how we see governments and even societies moving towards a level of surveillance, that being on social media, or at least being on something such as Facebook, in which you can share very personal details about your life, potentially, because it is a place that is deemed or seen as acceptable for that can be really dangerous, because you're literally handing, hey Barbie Babs, you're literally handing your personal life over to these organizations that surveil. And depending on what your relationship is with those organizations, that can either be good or bad. Ultimately, though, well, from what we've learned, Uganda, holy shit, Uganda in the house, welcome in. Yes, Babs, welcome in. and from, I guess, from what we've seen in society is that these organizations and or governments having this energy may not necessarily be such a good thing. Hello, bonjour, bunny. How are you, baby? It's good to see you. Anyway, I've got the Soul Seeds Oracle in my hand. This beautiful deck. And I just want to pull some cards from this deck for the collective today. In this collective sense of just, fuck it. Yeah. What's going on, Spirit? What do we want to talk about with this? What do you want to, what encouragement can you bring to us, please? Help us feel something, because like I don't necessarily think, even though the user you're about to follow is associated with communism Facebook warnings. Yes, follows harder. I love you. Oh my God, you are hilarious. Yeah, you just don't care anymore. You're there spreading the heal yourself word and no one likes it. Yeah. And you know, that doesn't bother me. It's like, okay, not everyone's gonna like it. And obviously this is a space where there's a lot of friction here. So maybe we could do a lot of good. Okay. But eventually I got to a point, and the reason why I personally wanted to delete it was not just because I felt like I was oversharing, but it just felt like I don't want to see this shit. I don't want to hear this shit. There are so many things I don't need to know about, don't need to see, don't need my attention focused on with this in my life. I don't need this. You know, now that I'm out of it, I kept, in the very beginning, right when I really officially lost my page, when they sent me the notification or the message, the response to my request for a review months later to say, oh, sorry, it's been too long. Too much time has passed. We can't look into this anymore. Sorry, you're just gonna have to remain disabled. After that moment, I immediately started to remember how I even got onto Facebook. I remember when I got onto Facebook. It was 2007. Right? It was not when it just came out, but it was right around the time that it was still just for college students. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't just for college students. It had just changed over to being a general. Do you guys remember that? Hold on, wait a second. Do you guys remember that Facebook started as just for college students? Literally, you couldn't be on Facebook if you weren't in a school somewhere. Whether you lived on campus or not, regardless of that. If you were enrolled in some sort of school or anything, that's how you could open or get a Facebook page. You remember that? You remember that too, Mel? Yes, for rating each other. Oh my God. You got into it in 2007 too and had to use your university email. Well, when I got into it, I remember specifically because I had this old friend from high school who convinced me to get onto it. Now, this was 2007. This was like 2 years after I had graduated high school, and this friend of mine had just graduated the year after me. We were born in 87, but she was born in December. So like she ended up being the grade right under mine, right? But we were the same age. So anyway, she convinced me to get onto Facebook. And I was reluctant about it. Like, she really had to push me because I was like, what do I need this for? I don't need Facebook. I don't want Facebook. Like, leave me alone. I don't want to be on Facebook with you. But she was like, come on, just be. And I was like, all right, fine. Eventually, so I gave in and I got on it. I didn't even want to be on Facebook. You know, you're not late, Babs. Yes, you remember. You were on at the beginning. The Leo in you was like, nope with Facebook now. It feels driven to get users over to overshare and expose. Yes, you got pressured too, Lauren. Yes. Hey, Alexi. Alexi, hello. I'm sorry. Are you still here? I just saw you. Do I perform? I used to perform. I used to dance and sing and all that stuff. So you're same. But okay, Josiah, you were saying you watched some kind of movie about the whole thing and while you were in school. Oh, okay. you didn't get the concept. I mean, at this point, Ashley, what they are now, or what Facebook has transformed into, oh no, Alexi, don't worry. Oh gosh, welcome in. It's good to see you. Welcome to the sip. It's like I don't understand. I don't understand the metaverse. I don't understand why there's a need for the metaverse when we have a real life, like why are, we have it right outside. Like it's literally right outside. Do you want to grow a garden in the metaverse? How about you grow an actual garden that can actually feed your actual body? It's just, and I'm not trying to like hate on anyone. I mean, virtual reality is cool and everything. And it's always been a thing, you know, for humanity and like the VR experience and everything like, but I just don't understand. We have, I think my aversion to it has come from what has gone down and what I've seen from the pandemic on to now. I think that's what's coloring my feelings in terms of that. What's up, Albiano? Oh my God. What is up, Albiano? How are you? Oh, I haven't seen you in years. I am still doing personal readings. I am. Anyway, you guys, I was trying to get cards for the collective, and here we are talking about Facebook and shit, but let's try and let's see. For surgeries, to heal cancer and such. Maybe it's totally, I mean, I'm not trying to like put all of that down and everything. I just feel like we have so much of it. No, it's okay, Anna. Don't worry about it. That's right. We got onto this topic because you asked if I had a Facebook account. Anyway, let's see if I can get these cards for the, oh, here's something. Okay, Elevate is the first card out for the collective. Is the music too loud? I'm kind of liking it, but if it's too loud and you're having trouble hearing me, I'll turn it down. Ooh, Josiah. I love that. That's some fire right there. That's some fire right there, Josiah. All right. What's this message then, Spirit? Spirit really loves this deck. Or Spirit really loves a deck like this, or that's at least what I'm feeling from Spirit, because it can take all of these words that don't necessarily fit together in like a coherent sentence, but if I put them together, it can create one. Huh? Okay. Let's see. Let's see where this goes. We have the first two cards that came out here are Elevate and Sprig. I was playing with the deck before I started. 717. 717 is a recurring number for me, Babs. You grew up in the 90s and you miss playing outside, but you also have a lot of British friends on Twitch that you would be lost without. Yeah, and sad when I'm... Yeah, I feel you, Alexi. I totally feel you on that. I have not ordered the Britney Oracle, Lauren. Okay, we have Elevate and Sprig as our first two cards here. Sprig is a card that came out for me, actually, while I was playing with the deck before I started the session. And I was really taking a moment to think about what Sprig represents for me, or how I can understand what Sprig can represent. And what I came up with is Sprig is like a seedling, or like, I'm sorry, guys. I'll get back into the chat in a second. I want to finish going through this first, channeling this, and then I'll get back into the chat. Okay, Sprig, a seedling, a sprout, a new growth, a new form of life. With that, we have Elevate. What I feel like Spirit is saying here with Elevate is that we've definitely reached a new level, you guys. We've reached a new conscious understanding. We've reached a new conscious awareness. And I feel like a lot of what we're dealing with right now is a physical representation and or manifestation of the tension between our old world and our new that was created by our old perspective and the new perspective that we have, and how disharmonic or out of sorts or out of alignment they are with each other. This feels like the effects of definitely of having reached a new level energetically, and that being in conflict with the representation in the physical that is still what used to be, because the physical representation just has not had a chance to catch up yet. Okay. Next, we have Crown again. Crown came out yesterday. Oh, Alexi, thank you so much for that follow, my love. Yay. So Crown came out yesterday, and in yesterday's session, we talked about purifying the crown and releasing the attachments or cutting the cords from negative external circumstances that are represented by the sun. Saturn retrograde in Capricorn opposing the sun in Leo. Remember, guys, here, let me show you the chart. We actually have not gotten into the chart today. Oops, wrong one. We have not gotten into the chart today, but so this is the chart for today, August 11th, 2022. This is the true sidereal system. As you can see, we do have the full moon here. That's going to be happening today, while the moon conjuncts with Saturn. Because the sun is opposing Saturn as well. And there's an opposition. What I was saying yesterday was that there is a new sense of belief, a new faith in self, a new physical being that you have been born into. I was talking about this birth analogy with, that womb being the sun in Cancer, and now that the sun is in Leo, this new being has just been spat out onto into the world. I'm sorry, guys. Has just been birthed into the world in its new shape and form, with a new direction ahead of it, new action to take, a new way of being ahead of them. But that is in conflict right now. The sun in Leo is in conflict right now with Saturn, who is retrograde and in one of his home signs of Capricorn. But you are overcoming this. And with this full moon here, when the moon and the sun are opposing each other, and in this unique moment, the moon is also going to be conjuncting with Saturn during this full moon, there is a real reality check, I want to say, for these energies, these opposing energies that are represented by Saturn retrograde in Capricorn right now. Okay. And whatever these opposing, confining, manipulative, controlling energies are or have been for you are about to get a real reality check. Because somehow, some way, their greed and their extreme desire for dominance and control and power has created a really toxic circumstance that they can only take the blame for. Really, is what I just heard. Now, take that with a grain of salt. Everybody has some sort of culpability in their own realities, but in the grand scheme of things, they have a heavy dose or deal of blame to take. A reality check. The reality check is for them. Okay? So we're talking about Crown here. And I'm taking us back to yesterday, to the energies of disconnecting from those controlling forces represented by Saturn retrograde in Capricorn, who is now opposing the sun during this full moon energy. And as the moon conjuncts with Saturn, our understanding of this villain, this that was actually really the That was Pluto. But with Saturn, it's the constructs, the restrictions, the confinement, the structure built around whatever demon you've faced recently is being understood, can be reworked, can be reshaped, because you have a new understanding, or you've been birthed in a new way as a new being. And so now you can clear your crown chakra of this energy, of these attachments, of these cords, of this binding, of this known history, of the cycles and the repeating circumstances and the repeating there was another word that I was looking for there, but it seems to have I've lost it. But as we clear this crown chakra, we are able to frolic. Frolic is the next card. Frolic. And then you have halo and portal. And what I heard for halo and portal is that your halo is the portal, or is a portal. You can see the crown chakra as someone's halo. From what I remember, I feel like I remember hearing that what is considered to be the halo seen on the crown of certain angelic or high vibrational beings, Jesus, Mary, the saints, angels, whatnot, whatever. It's actually an activated crown chakra that creates that haloed look, that halo, that ring, that glow. The crown, you can also see it this way. The seventh chakra, which is the crown chakra here, is not necessarily a functional chakra like, say, the third eye or the third eye, or maybe the voice, or the heart, or something like that. It's more of an energetic gateway or an energetic portal, just like the root chakra. Okay. Obviously, it correlates to certain things in the body, but really energetically, it's more of the crown chakra is a gateway from the higher realms into the physical body, the physical realm. Just like the heart chakra is also a gateway, or is a channel between the higher non-physical realms and the lower physical realms, right? Your heart chakra is in between your crown, your third eye, your throat chakra, and your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root. And the further down you go, the more dense you get, right? Your heart is the gateway between that, with the root chakra being the final gateway between spirit and matter. Okay. So that's how your crown chakra functions. It functions on these higher realms. And so with it being really more of a portal, when it's activated in these individuals, that's what you see as a halo, or that is what the halo is depicted as, if that's making sense. Hi, Charlotte. Hi, Stephanie. Okay. So what I heard here is the halo is a portal. Your halo is a portal. Somebody needed to hear that specific message. And this is that halo. The crown, or the crown chakra. Okay. Now, with that said, we have 3 more cards here. We have True, we have Sage, and we have Together. First thing that's being pointed out for me here, I do kind of have a flower halo with this background. Oh, I love that, Charlotte. First thing that's being pointed out to me here in this part of the message is together. Okay. Spirit is saying we're all going to get through this together. We're going to cleanse. We're all cleansing together. I really want to look at true more. I'm actually going to pull some tarot cards on true here. But together we can sage this, or together we can cleanse, together we can heal. All right? Together we are elevating into a new growth cycle. Sprig, elevate. But we're doing this, we're all doing this together. Together we can sage. There is this feeling with this message here of Spirit really wanting to say, believe it, wanting us to believe in being together. We're getting through this together. Understand we're all in this together. No one here is alone, but also no one here is alone in what we are feeling and or thinking. I don't know that story, Ashley. Hi, Lorraine. Love you too, Stephanie. Mwah. Have a good day. Now, together we are going to be able to cleanse and heal, but then there's true. I want to see what true is. There's something about truth. We are receiving the truth. We know the truth. We're seeking the truth. But how do we get everyone together? That's the point. And you know what's interesting? Always grinding. Oh my goodness. Hello, Julie. It's been a while. It's good to see you. Always grinding. How do we get everyone together? That's the thing. What Spirit just said to me is we have to naturally allow it to take order. Because I feel like hello, Jennifer. I feel like I've been asking that question too. And I've been asking it a lot. And it's a part of what has been driving me crazy. I'm going to be straight up and down with you. Asking that type of question in terms of how do we get everyone together and holding that type of energy is absolutely maddening. But you want to know why it's maddening? It's maddening because it's overwhelming. Why is it overwhelming? Because it is something that is way far out of our grasp. What Spirit just said is we are far overreaching when we take on the responsibility of getting everyone together. That is not our responsibility as the individuals. Our responsibility as the individuals is to play our specific roles, which means being as absolutely authentic as you possibly can in every single God-given moment of your life. Whether good or bad, right or wrong, it doesn't fucking matter. Just play your role. And over time, through the experience, people will come together. The lessons will have learned. I swear, I mean, like, this question drives me up a fucking wall. Everything does seem grim. Josiah, I just got back to your message. I'm sorry, guys. I'm split between two. But Josiah, I'm jumping over to Josiah for a second because, and this, you posted this message a while ago. I don't even know if you're still watching right now, but Josiah said it became apparent to him that it almost purposely draws in so it can assimilate them, creating its own world from the energy that we give it. Yes, that's how these things work. That's making me think of a thought form becoming self-sustaining. You give it enough energy, it becomes conscious enough, it starts to become aware of how it can sustain itself. And thus, it's automated. I guess at some point it starts to become a living being. So we just keep rolling with this. I mean, always grinding. There's nothing else we can do. You know what I mean? Like literally, there's nothing else we can do about it but just go with the flow. We're here now. We're here for a reason. I understand that lately it's fairly difficult to keep up a level of strong hope, and some of us just want to throw hope all the way out the window. Okay, valid. Not going to discredit that. It's valid. But also, what else can we do? Commit suicide? No. I don't know. Like, not to trivialize it. If you are feeling suicidal, we are here for you. There is plenty of help out there for you. But like, I mean, we could end it. But I'm not going to sit here and advocate for mass suicide. Like, no. Because also, at the same time, even though it's hard to feel hope and faith and belief in the universe at certain moments currently, there is still a reason for all of this. And even though we can't see it right now, it's still there. And we will remember, we will understand, we will see at some point, just not now. And I asked myself this morning. I remember asking myself very specifically because I was starting to feel myself spiral and panic. So I was trying to come back. I was bringing myself back to center, and I was saying, okay, instead of asking myself all these extraneous questions and trying to get all these extraneous answers and all this kind of stuff, what is right now? Bring it back to the current moment. What is right now? And I heard a response, and I was like, okay, what is my lesson right now? What am I supposed to focus on right here, right now? And I heard very specifically and very clearly, experiencing the lesson. And that lesson is going through the struggle while still having faith. And as I was understanding it right now, or in any given moment when you are experiencing pain or turmoil or a very rough and difficult situation, when those feelings come up or when you are facing that reality, you're not wrong, you're not bad, you're not evil, you're not under some sort of karmic retribution or any shit like that. No, it's really mostly about the lesson and the experience you're meant to be having and learning in that moment. Because ultimately, somehow, some way, when you come out on the other side of that, it will have enriched you. You will have learned something. You will have grown in some way. You will have become stronger in some way as a soul, as a being, as a personality, as a God representation is what I just heard. Okay? So it's shitty right now, or whenever it's shitty. Just keep in mind and understand and focus on the point of view that I am meant to be here experiencing this, having this struggle and feeling through it and experiencing all that it brings with it towards my life so that I can strengthen and grow. I will know better. I will see clearer on the other side. But right now, my only job is to just get through this as best I can. Okay? You just told a friend of yours the same thing. There's going to be lots of scary stuff that happens, but we'll all get through it. Yeah, and that's been a common theme for me in my life lately. A common lesson is, or has been, and because this has been a really difficult last 2 years for me, particularly because, like, yes, it's been difficult for everybody given the medical, the world health and the world economic situation currently and over the last 2 years. For me, there's been a little bit of an extra edge because during this pandemic and everything, I moved to another country in which I don't fully speak the native language. So there was an extra curveball thrown on me there. All right. But I'm not complaining. I chose to move here. So I'm really not complaining about it. But it's been a very strong year. It's been a very rough 2 years. Some of the roughest in my life, I will say. When I look back on my life and I kind of compare the relative circumstances, this has been the worst. relatively speaking, okay? But each and every time something major happened, I always came out okay on the other end. I may have been battered and bruised. I may have been an emotional wreck. I may have needed some serious downtime. But I was alive. I was well. I was conscious. I was coherent. And I was stronger. Even though I didn't necessarily see it in the moment, because in the moment I was like still traumatized. Okay. But when you heal up, you're stronger, more capable of handling things. Each and every time I've always been okay. So what's going to make it any different now? Now, this is not saying I'm going to live nonchalantly and just go out there willy-nilly and not take care of myself. No. But really, why should I worry so much? Uh-oh. What's going on with Twitch? Oh, we're back. Did I just freeze? Twitch froze for quite a few seconds. You keep preaching this community and connection to God and Gaia. Yep. Bonjour, buddy. Ground, hone skills, and build community. We got this, but we're going to need each other. Yes, we are going to need each other. That's why we have each other. That's why Spirit was pushing this message of together so much. Right here. Okay? Because we are together. We have each other. We're all getting through this together. We're all going through something together. Mel, I totally agree with you on that one. In terms of the question, why should I worry so much? You keep asking yourself that all the time. You still struggle to stop worrying, but you're getting better at calming down. Yes. Yes. Wait, no, it's Thursday, Pages, but hi. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but it's not, it's Thursday, babe. But welcome. It's good to see you. You know, Mel, I agree with you there. I totally agree with you. I do feel like, if I'm going to be honest, I feel like I have really gotten much more proficient at calming down and maybe not even allowing myself to start that spiral to begin with. I've gotten better at that, but maybe it's more the reason to worry is, I guess, the tough part. How are those squares affecting the full moon energy today? Oh, Gabs. Let's look at that for a second. Well, okay. First, let's talk about what squares do we have. We have the sun squaring with Mars and kind of squaring with Uranus and the North Node. We also have the moon squaring with them and Saturn squaring with them. You know what's interesting? And actually, thank you for mentioning this, Gabrielle. I was kind of talking about this yesterday, but I don't think I explained it completely. I'm feeling a great pull of energy towards what Mars, Uranus, and the North Node are representing for the collective. And as I've been channeling through this, they are representing a new sense of self, a new way of moving forward, a new identity, okay, that has been influenced by Uranus's transit through Aries, the sign of Aries, the sign of self, the sign of the self. And the conjunction between Mars, Uranus, and the North Node in Aries created a sense of direction, or really a momentum in a certain direction that is very, very powerful. It's almost as if the universe is saying to us, we have got to move in this direction in order to ensure our safety, our longevity, and our permanence, or our lives here. And I'm seeing the squares that the sun is making and then the moon and Saturn are making as points of these triangle that are pointing us further in that direction. But I feel a bit of a vortex with it. Like there's very much a very strong pull. In some cases, the universe is dragging people by their collars or by their throats or by their hair. I mean, like, this is very forceful. Very forceful. And it's even forceful for those of us that are on more of a positive side of this energy, because I don't even know how to describe it. It's still forceful. But we're more on a good side. Some of us are more on a good side, so that just feels different. You thought it was Friday earlier too, Shanika? I love that. Bozier Bunny, you're actually in a conversation on Facebook at the moment around how we are all teachers and students at all times. Beneficial community fosters and builds that energy in a positive way. Yes, totally, Paige, totally. The reason to worry is hard because there are plenty of those. That's right, Mel. That is so correct. Special sauce. And things. Oh, yes, of course. Explosive natures, okay. I don't know, it's almost like a power aligning and my emotions are being whacked. Yeah. A power alignment, yes. A sense of direction, a trajectory alignment. Yes, you've been moody as fuck. Yeah, I've been pretty moody too, to be honest. I've been pretty moody too. Anyway, I was wanting to talk about, I want to pull some tarot cards on this card of True here. Got about 10 more minutes left before the end of our session today. So I want to talk about True here because there's some sort of truth that seems to be, obviously is coming through for the collective, for us in this group or in this type of group. But I just want to get some clarity on what Spirit means by True. And I want to bring the tarot in for that. I've been so crazy emotional for the past 2 weeks. It's been, you're owning it as best as you can. You're glad when the period is over. Yep, I agree with that. You see it as when the time comes, we'll be ushering the rest in as if they're children who have been drenched by the rain. Yes, that actually makes a whole lot of sense. Always grinding. Yep. That makes a whole lot of sense. Okay, I want to get one last shuffle for this. Oh, no. Actually, I don't need that shuffle. All right, True. Damn, dude. Anything else? Okay. Interesting. So I'm clarifying the word true. Hey, Blue Flame, welcome in. Oh boy. That sounds intense. All right. Okay, so I'm clarifying the word true, and when I'm looking at true, I find myself asking what is true, because with true here, I'm hearing and feeling it's true. Okay, so what is true? And then I feel spirit kind of like scrambling to be like, oh wait, shit, I was trying to avoid having to be so definitive like this, but I can't nail this down for everyone, so I'm just gonna say this. Whatever's going on in your life, you are receiving and or perceiving of the truth. The first card to clarify true here is the Ace of Swords. So obviously that is a confirmation that something is true. There's truth here. What you're seeing, what you're perceiving as true is real. Or whatever it is you're perceiving is creating or evoking a certain response within you. Ace of Swords, King of Cups, the Lovers. It's causing you to make a decision. It's causing you to act and or behave in a specific way. A very mature way. A very balanced and harmonious way. All right? So keep doing the work that you're doing. Spirit keeps coming forward with this message for us. Keep doing what it is you're doing because it's working, even though you don't necessarily see it on the surface. You are creating the circumstances that are allowing the upheavals or that are allowing the toxic situations, the toxic circumstances, whatnot, whatever, to be released from your life. That is what you are experiencing as these challenges, these upheavals, this friction, these roadblocks. Certain situations, by you holding a specific energy, by you going through this emotional strength training, is what I heard, but it feels like it's the end result of it. It feels like you have the strength and now you're enacting the strength to overcome these obstacles. It's creating physical reality circumstances that cause you to choose, cause you to make changes in your life, cause circumstances to shift, causes these upheavals, causes these change in relationships, causes these change in directions. So keep doing the work that you're doing, because even though right now it looks like shit, it doesn't mean it's going to look like that forever. And your emotions, your emotional clarity is guiding this for you. Queen of Cups, Eight of Pentacles. All right. Overall energy is the Ten of Swords. So what's true here is that it is indeed all coming to an end. And that's what these upheavals are all about. So just know that this is the ending process of your circumstances, and you need to just let it play out. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Ten of Swords. Underneath that is the Empress, Strength, and the Queen of Pentacles even. But really, it's feeling like the Empress and Strength. And what this is saying here is to allow the endings to happen. The Ten of Swords to the Empress is feeling like that energy of how the earth recycles physical matter, organic matter. Like, let's say the Empress is, what the Empress is referring to is a tree or an animal that has lived and now is dying or has died. Well, its body rests on the earth and decays and becomes nutrients for future life. Well, in order for whatever that is to reach a point where it can be the nutrients for future life, it's first going to have to die. That's not always pretty or pleasant right? Especially if something is going kicking and screaming. Therefore, only prolonging the process, but still, the end result is still gonna be the end result eventually, right? And what I'm feeling with this is you have to allow the circumstances, 10 of Swords to the Empress to strength. You have to have the strength to just allow the circumstances to come to an end. And if they're going to erupt, if they're going to end in massive explosions or this, that, it is what it is. So be it. What matters really ultimately is that it ends, so that it can become nutrients for future generations, so that it can create space for new, different. Okay? So, keep going in the direction that you have already chosen. Okay? King and Queen of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Lovers. Just keep going. Keep working at it. Keep chipping away. Hi, Electra. Ashes to ashes, yep. Hi, Erica. Okay. So there you have it, guys. I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, wonderful, Erica. Well, I'm glad you are hooked. And so then that means that I can look forward to seeing you again. Preferably tomorrow. Tomorrow is, in fact, Friday. Fry-yay. Yes, and we will be having our Fry-yay hangout sesh. So I definitely encourage everyone to join us tomorrow, where we have our normal, the SIP. Oh, excellent, Erica. I love it. We have our normal hour session of the SIP where we talk about the daily energies, and I've pulled cards for the collective. And then our hangout sesh is the after hours party, where I stay for at least another hour and I do readings I can do personal readings for people. If you'd like to leave a donation, you're more than welcome to do so, and I can pull a card or two for you. And we can do all other things. We can talk about astrology. If you're interested, if you're new to True Sidereal Astrology, for those of you that are new to me and are also new to True Sidereal Astrology, I highly recommend that you tune in on a Friday, because then we can have a conversation about it in our Friday hangout session, yes, or sesh, and we could talk about it, and you can ask me any question that you have, and blah, 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 and oh, excuse me. So that's what tomorrow is. Yes, I'm excited for that. So check us out tomorrow. Definitely come back. Water. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope to see you tomorrow. Yes? Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Was that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, okay. I love you guys. How do you get a sidereal chart again? Here, I'm going to put the website in the chat. Ladies and Josiah, I love that. Okay, I put the link in the chat. just use the chart calculator on this site, which can be found in the charts section. Go to charts and click chart calculator, but that's how you can see your true sidereal system. And that's the same system that I use with the charts that you see that I use in these sessions. Yeah. Okay, you do that. I love True Sidereal. It's really the only system that actually makes sense to me. I had such trouble learning astrology and trying to intuitively get a grasp on astrology when I was looking at it from the tropical or Western system. It literally just did not make sense. It did not compute. It did not add up. I would read all kinds of stuff and none of it would stick. But then once I found sidereal, it started to make sense. But when I really found true sidereal astrology, that's when all of a sudden I could look at a chart and intuit things. The only one that's ever really truly clicked energetically. And I'm not the only one. Gabrielle, you obviously resonate with that statement, but there's also someone that probably many of you know of. She's here on YouTube. She goes by the name of Stargirl, the Practical Witch. I am so sure that you guys have come across her at some point because she's fucking like huge. She's amazing. I love her. I definitely have a soft spot for her. I've been watching her for a while. I've been watching her transform, and I have a little bit of a spot for her. But she says that herself. She said the same thing herself because she uses the sidereal system, and she mentioned recently in one of her videos that it just clicked. It just makes sense to her. That's why she uses it. You get why they created the calendar, but we have the technology to see the real sky now. Exactly. I mean, I also get why they created that calendar too. I want to make it very clear. In my staunch opposition to tropical or Western astrology, not that I hate it, but I absolutely understand why, given the circumstances that humanity was in the moment, that the time frame, the time period that this system was put in place, I completely get it. Completely understand. Could even see how it would have fit and resonated at that time. But that's not us now. And we're not living in Babylonian days 2,000-3,000 years ago. We're living now. So why not use what it is now? You know? I know, right? I love Stargirl. Your sidereal chart makes more sense to you in many ways as well. Yep. Same. It's all you practice. And many of your clients have said it makes so much more sense to see to who they are. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. It doesn't resonate with you, but to each their own. Yes, you're not a Pisces. You don't act like a Pisces at all. But the nakshatra system does. Yes, the nakshatras. I found that the nakshatra system is part of the Vedic system, not sidereal. Even like definitely not true sidereal, but not even like normal sidereal or original sidereal. Hello, Glitterati. XO Glitterati. Hello, darling. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hi, Swaggin' Pretty. Oh, hello there. But what was I saying? The nakshatras, and I found because the nakshatra system is part of the Vedic system, which is the Hindu system of astrology, or a Hindu system of astrology, and I found that does kind of resonates with me as well. I'm very well, thank you, Glitterati. How are you? It's good to see you. You have to be honest. You've been a little afraid to redo your chart in sidereal because you strongly associate with your tropical signs. And that's okay. That's the thing. Like, I am not someone that's going to sit here and say you're right or wrong for not choosing to use true sidereal astrology. Like, that's not the thing. And I totally understand how people still resonate with their tropical signs. I get that. To each their own. And that's why at this point in the process, I say to myself, because for many of you that know me from back in the day, you know that when I used to go back and forth between, oh, well, this is sidereal, or oh, no, this is tropical, blah, 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 blah. Yes, they all have meaning. But now I've stuck to true sidereal because I know that's what I want to do. Caffeinated and divine. I love that, Glitterati. That is so fabulous. I love it, boo. But in my choice to be a true sidereal astrologer or practitioner, at least studier, I also still say you go with whatever system resonates with you. It is not for me to tell you who you are or who to be at any given moment in your life, but I do want to provide this because I know what it has done for me. It has helped me transform. It has helped me to learn about the person that I find in this system is more of a greater representation, a deeper representation of who I truly am. And I do see the tropical or Western manifestation of myself being certain signs. I saw that as like my matrix self. Ironically enough, in my current progressed state, because there is a such a thing as a progressed chart. A progressed chart. Maybe we can look at this tomorrow during the SIP. But a progressed chart is what your natal chart would be given time as time goes on. So it starts at your natal chart and then calculates as far as you've gone to wherever current moment you are in your life and looks at how your natal planets have progressed over time. Because we don't live in a static universe. We don't live in a universe that stands still. We live in a moving, flowing universe. And your natal chart or your birth chart is literally just a snapshot of your life in that moment. While yes, it does provide you with, say, the blueprint of your life, it's still just a snapshot of one moment. Time flows, things change, you grow and change and develop as a being, thus enter into the progressed chart. But ironically enough, my progressed chart reflects two of the same signs that my tropical chart is. But that's from the true sidereal point of view. Isn't that weird? Using them both has been good for you. Okay, Bonjour Bunny, that's great. Oh, wait, I missed a bunch of things in the chat. Hold on. See, well, no, but wait, that's part of the thing. Blue Flame, I'm going back to your previous post. You don't see how Ophiuchus can just be added. That's the thing. It was removed originally. Ophiuchus is not just being added. Ophiuchus has always been there. It has always been part of this elliptical. The sun has always gone through the constellation of Ophiuchus as it made its way through the cosmos. It's just that in the original system, or the system that we're more familiar with, this tropical Western system, Ophiuchus was taken out. Well, it's not, see, that's the thing. It's not considered a zodiac sign because it was taken out, It's always been there. And you just get a map. It doesn't say your sign. I don't, unfortunately, Anna, I don't know what you're looking at. I can't really help you there. Glitterati, thank you so much for that follow. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe Anna, maybe you just, are you like on a phone or a small screened device, and maybe you just have to zoom out or move the screen around a bit? But do you see, like, when you say you see a map, do you see like what I show you for the chart for the day? Ophiuchus was lumped in with Scorpio. Now here's now, Julie, you're right there. And there are a lot, from what I've researched about it, Ophiuchus and Scorpio energies are very closely tied to each other. So maybe it's that, maybe it's not as malicious as maybe I may be making it out to be in the eradication or removal of Ophiuchus. Maybe it's that because their energies are so closely entwined with each other, instead of differentiating them, they just rope them or lump them all up into Scorpio. Okay. Anna, okay, so Anna, did that help to make it an even 12 and eliminate the 13? The 13, well, then there you go. But see, that's where we get into the malice of the situation, the eradication of the divine feminine. But well, then that's where the discussion of what is the element of Ophiuchus, and some call it water. The gentleman of One Sky Astrology, I forget his name, but he's awesome. But One Sky Astrology, when he talks about in his research of Ophiuchus and his understanding of Ophiuchus, he sees Ophiuchus as a water sign. But there are a lot of others that go out and that see Ophiuchus as the sign of ether, which is like the fifth element. Ooh. Ether. Yeah, ether. The fifth element, spirit. So that makes 4 water and 3 in the others. I think it's confusing. Well, yeah, it is. I'm not saying it's simple. But also, maybe it's not meant to be simple. I mean, like, there's more. It's just, for me, from the way that I see it, it's like, Lilu Dallas Multipass. See, the way that I see it is, it's bringing in more complexity, yes, but it's bringing in more of our actual reality. Michael Hardigan of One Sky Astrology. He is awesome. I love the way he explains things. Oh, okay. All right, Anna. Cool. Don't worry about it then. But also, Anna, keep in mind that that site does not work well with Google Chrome. So if you're using a Chrome browser, don't use that. Use a different one. Use Safari or Firefox or maybe whatever comes on your phone. Could you imagine if it was easy? I mean, right. The power someone could have understanding the fifth element. I mean, yeah. It's not that it can't be balanced. It's just a different type of balance. That's all. What we've come to grow to understand as the balance of 4 elements is great and has purpose and was definitely a stepping stone, a milestone. But now there's more. So let's step it up. We've got the 4 elements. Now let's introduce a 5th. Why not? It's there. The phone version is very hard to see. I recommend doing it on a laptop or a desktop computer. The phone version is very hard to see. Why were we talking about that? I don't know, but it was an interesting conversation. I was enjoying it. But maybe we should save the rest of this conversation for tomorrow. I love you guys so very much. That's right. I said that 17 minutes ago, didn't I? Well, okay. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Then what planet rules Ophiuchus? Well, actually, we just had this conversation. Ophiuchus is seen as the healer. And someone that I started recently following on Twitter, and I followed them because they expressed this. Now, first of all, they study true sidereal astrology as well. But this person says it, and this helped confirm the idea. It makes sense to me. And then when I think about it this way, it makes sense. But what Julie said, some believe it's Chiron because, or if you want to. Now, the reason that put me onto this person was they stated that they are going to be using a 13 house system now, with the 9th house being the house of healing, I believe, for lack of a better definition, ruled by Ophiuchus and Chiron. Because Chiron is known, is very well understood. Chiron doesn't have a ruling planet. I'm sorry, a ruling sign. Chiron is seen as the wounded healer. Ophiuchus is a sign of extreme powerful healing. An extreme form of powerful healing. So Chiron can be associated with its ruling planet. Okay, enjoy your lunch plans. I'm going to go as well. I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Yes? Okay, excellent. Bye.